friends. Hi, spooksters. Hi, guys. Happy Thursday. It is a thirsty Thursday, guys. I am excited. We're going to make sure my mic is working because my mic doesn't like to work sometimes. But it is. Hello, friends. I'm doing good, Berkey. Hope you're doing well as well. Guys, I got to move my chair over. My chair's. Hold on, wait. It's not my chair. It's me. Hold on. There we go. Better. Oh, sorry. I had to take my camera off my computer because I had to do a room scan for my final the other night. And then I always put it back and it's always messed up. But guys, happy Thursday. So, guys, we're going to be diving into the Bone Chill event tonight. And we're going to be talking about episode 7 of Welcome to Derry. Y'all know I love horror movies. I love the It movies. I love Stephen King as a person. Love his writings. I love his movies. So we're going to talk about episode 7 because episode 7 was this past Sunday. I gave everyone a couple of days before we got on here to talk about it. So if you haven't seen it yet, you better hold your ears. Guys, I loved episode 7 so much. It was just, it was like interesting that it started off with like the whole opening scene of like Pennywise at the circus as a human. And it was so weird because like getting about it, like his whole thing is like red balloons in the movie It. Like we all know like Pennywise the clown, It, balloons, red balloons, always. When we were watching like the first one, he had like a sad satire as a clown, and then like towards the end of it, it was like a whole bunch of red balloons like were released, falling down. And there were so many kids just like harassing him and kind of making fun of him. So like it makes me think of like, okay, like at first it was like a thought in my mind, like, okay, like maybe that's why they target kids. Like, you know, he targets kids is because they made fun of him, you know, and you know, the entity wanted Pennywise, like him to become part of the entity, I think, because he attracts kids. Clowns attract kids. Don't know why, because clowns are fucking scary. But we all know they kind of attract kids. So I was like, okay. I was like, cool, okay. I was like, it makes sense. Like, you know, like clowns, circus, whatever. So I was like, okay, you know, like maybe that's why he is how he is. And it's like, you know, like obviously, like we see in that show, like he goes into the woods with a boy. The boy the whole time was watching him through like a window from far away while he was performing. So I'm like, and we like kind of know like the boy is the entity at that point in time. The little boy is the entity. Well, like you kind of know, but kind of don't know. Like he's watching him from far away. So it was like, okay. And like, you know, we see like, you know, his daughter gets handed his handkerchief, like Pennywise's handkerchief with the blood on it. And we know like, you know, we're like, okay, he's gone. Like what exactly though does the entity do? Does he like, is he kind of like a soul sucking human being and becomes them? Like, you know, like he's like one person and then he kind of like, you know, like his main character, like person as a whole is like one vision. Like at first it was like the little boy, and then like we obviously know Pennywise as Pennywise the whole time. So I'm wondering if like after that scene it's like Pennywise is his main form now. But like I don't know if that makes sense. Like I think it's like his main form now. Because it was the boy and then it transitioned to Pennywise. And obviously he appears to people like as their biggest fears and stuff to trick them. Which we all like kinda know that. But I'm like, okay, I'm like, but does he become like one like main person? And like that's where I'm like trying to connect the dots. And then it was like after that, we finally went back to like the scene where they're in the like I call it a barn. I know it's not a barn, but it's like, you know, where like the people come and they're looking for Hank, and it was like, okay, like obviously something's about to go down and whatnot. And then when they backed away from them so easily, it was kind of like, what the fuck is about to happen? You knew shit was gonna go down. Like as far as I'm like knowing that there was little kids in the building, and the fact that they like chained the building shut, they set it on fire, was so fucking crazy. And like obviously like I feel like that was like such a main targeted on that scene. Like it was just targeting those people because that time period, people were assholes to each other if you weren't the same person. People were fucking dicks. And I was like, it was so heartbreaking because it was like, you see like everyone running, and then it's like, it was interesting because you see Pennywise. He appears in the middle of this fire. And it's like, okay. And he goes to a woman like he was gonna help her and eats the lady's face. And it was just interesting because like you figured that he would kind of like attack like Marge and Rich and all them, but like he sees all of them and he's kind of like he notices Dickie and he's like making fun of him almost for the fact that he can see like all these different people. And I want to know like why does he see all these different people? Like is it just like I don't know. I want to know why he sees all these different people. Like, it's so interesting. It's so bizarre. It's so weird. It's like, why do you see all these different people? Like, does he have, like, some kind of power himself? Or, like, I need to know, like, kind of, like, what's going on with him. Sorry. Like, does it, like, making me, like, mad? Total. I'm gonna fix it. So, like, it's kind of like, what is going on with him? Like, what? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something to it, like, of more importance that we haven't learned yet. And then it was like, oh, that was a heartbreaking scene. Because, like, you see that, they're running. Obviously, Rich and Marge are together because they're in love, cute little lovebirds. And then it's just, like, done. It is done. It is over. We watch Rich literally, like, trick Marge into a chest and closes it on her and lays on top of it so she wouldn't get out, knowing that the roof was gonna cave in, and he gave his life for her. And it was like one of the most saddest moments ever of that TV show, of that episode. I was like, this little boy literally was just like, I love this girl. I haven't known her for long. I know like I'm not gonna make it out. So it's like, let's dive into this chest. Like shove her in it, make sure she lives. All that. I was like, oh, what a real hero. I was like, Rich, my heartstrings, literally. But then it was like, I don't know. It was just interesting to see because it was like after that, like, you see them, like, like, obviously, he dies. We know he dies. He doesn't live. He gave his life for her. And then, like, we finally go outside and we see Ingrid dressed up as Periwinkle, which is, like, like her version of her dad as Pennywise, but it's her, the female version is Periwinkle. And we finally get to see Stanley die. Yes, love that. And we see her, but it was like the best part was seeing the pure fear on her face when she realizes, like, oh fuck, like the whole time I've been saying, this is my papa, this is my dad. Yeah, like literally she realizes, like, all of a sudden she's like, fuck, this really isn't my dad. It looks like my dad. It's my dad's body. It's my dad's face. It's my dad's everything. Clothes, his act, like, his act. But it isn't really her dad. So it's like, my thing is like, I'm trying to figure out, like, the entity that, like I said earlier, does it really, like, compose them? Like, does it suck their souls almost, but then takes their life form almost? Like, it almost like reminds me of like the Book Host or the movie, if you guys seen the movie or the Book Host, where it's like little tiny things that go inside people's head and it kind of like they take control of their bodies. I feel like it's almost like that, kind of like, but nothing goes in the head. It's like obviously where like painful. It's like you'll know what I mean. But it was like I'm like I really want to figure out more of Pennywise, how he is, what he like. I feel like we're starting to get all the pieces to put it together, but at the same time, it's not enough pieces. Like, and it's nice too because we also like understand like we all know like it's like every 27 years it happens. So like between like the first half of it when they're kids to when they're adults is 27 years. But it's also like it's interesting to find out that like he needs technically the entity needs 17 kids. 17 kids is how many kids it has to consume for it to go back to sleep and in its hibernation. So it's like in the TV show, who was Rich technically the 17th kid, even though he didn't kill him, quote unquote, like just because he died? Was he technically the 17th kid? But at the same time, you got the military interfering with all this crap. And I think Shaw is interfering with everything. He's fucking it up. I definitely think he's being controlled by the entity. It looks like he is in control, but I feel like he is actually really the one that's being controlled by the entity, because he like kind of describes like how it sounds like he wants to use the entity to control the whole country as a whole. Like, he's not like doing like trying to like conceal it to protect everyone. He wants to use it as like a nuclear weapon, the entity, which is so gonna backfire in his face. Don't think it's gonna work out. He's a loser. Don't like him. I really believe that Pennywise slash the entity is in the end game controlling the shit out of him. I can see that. I can see that actually 100%. Like, I'm really like, I don't know, like, I think the next episode is the finale from what I heard. I think episode 8 is the finale, which I'm interested to see how it all goes. Because, like, obviously, like, they think Pennywise is sleeping, but the end of this last episode of episode 7, he came back. And he went right after fucking Ronnie, and we see him do the same thing he did to Ingrid with, like, the light being coming out his, like, that we saw, like, in the movies where he, like, the light thing, and they're, like, floating, and, like, all that weird shit. Like, I really seriously think, like, something's gonna happen. I really think, like, Pennywise is not sleeping. He's not hibernating. I don't think Rich was the last one. Or if he was, I think because of Shaw, like, and the military, like, getting all in his fucking way, that shit's going down. Like, I feel like shit's going down because Shaw can't keep his fucking head out of this whole shit and is really fucking this up. Like, especially when they burn the little black stone, like, that has a big significance to the entity, and he burned it. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, literally, what the fuck are you doing, man? I was like, what are you doing? It's like, well, what are you doing? Do not burn that. I'm like, that is a can of worms you just opened that you should have not opened. I'm really excited to see, like, how it goes. Like, I am very excited to literally watch it the next episode and see how it goes. Like, I really wish, like, I need more. I need so much more of Pennywise and his backstory. Like, I need more. Like, I can't. I need more. I need so much more of his backstory. Because, I mean, we got it technically fully, but I feel like at the same time, like, there's so many things missing in his backstory. Like, so many gaps and bridges that need to be connected still. In a way. Like, I want to know, like, when he went in the woods, like, what exactly happened. Like, I need to know, like, what exactly. Like, I wish it would show exactly what happened. Because, like, all we know is he went in the woods, came back out. Well, they didn't come back out. His handkerchief came out bloody, and it's like, fuck. If Pennywise would be better as a Batman movie, like Batman. Oh my god, if they did that, I would pay so much money to see that. I would pay so much money to see that. That would be funny.